Hello everyone, it is Jazz here. Today I am doing my February to be read list, and let's just jump into talking about these books a little bit. Oddly, my February TBR for at least the first part of the month of February ended up being a lot of rereads, or totally rereads. I am going to read some newer books kind of later in February because I am planning on participating in the Time Hopathon, which takes place, I believe, starting February 19th. But I'm going to make a separate to be read video for that readathon closer to when that is. So these are the books aside from that readathon that I plan to read, and they're just all rereads. So the first book that I am planning to reread and also have already started is The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bador. This is the first book in the Looking Glass Wars trilogy, and I am buddy reading this with my buddy over at Max Washington Songs. I'll link you to his channel in the description. This is kind of a retelling of Alice in Wonderland with a really high fantasy, kind of sometimes steampunk spin to it, and I am so excited to reread this because it is a super fun series, and I'm so excited to buddy read this because then I can get somebody else interested in this book. The other three books that I'm planning to read in February are books that have to do with the challenge for February for the Booktube Rereadathon, which is hosted by Cat Ellis Reads, who I will link you to his channel in the description. Every month we have a challenge to reread a certain type of book, and for the month of February the challenge is to read books that were assigned reading to us in middle school, high school, or college, etc. I'm kind of doing my own approach to this challenge because I am kind of focusing more on books that I read in elementary school and middle school and wanting to reread those. And the reason for that is I first of all didn't go to college, but second of all, I did a very interesting high school experience in which I only went to public high school for 9 weeks, and then I went to correspondence school for the rest of my high school years. The 9 weeks that I did at public high school, the books that were assigned to us to read, I did not enjoy, and I am not in the mood to reread. And what we did in correspondence school is that we did a lot of excerpts reading and focused a lot on writing. So there wasn't a lot of books that were assigned reading in high school. So I'm going to focus on those elementary / middle school reads. First book I'm planning to reread is Katherine Patterson's book Bridge to Terabitha. I believe this was something that we read in elementary school. I don't remember very much about this book other than the fact that it was really sad. I would like to revisit it and see what I think of it as an adult and see if it was as strikingly sad as I remember as a child. The next reread I'm going to do is Out of the Dust by Karen Hess. I believe this was another elementary school read. It is written in poetic verse and it is set in the 1930s, and it's about this little girl that has a terrible accident and the effects of that, and I kind of remember what some of that was about, but I also don't remember a lot beyond the fact that there was a terrible accident, and I would like to revisit the writing. So I'm going to read this again because I think I'm going to really enjoy this as a adult. Now I did want to pick one middle school read, and I decided to go with a book that I ended up loving that was assigned to me in middle school, and it was Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. So this book is something that I'm planning to audiobook because it's a fairly short audiobook, so I think I could get through it really quickly, and also I just kind of want to have a cool audiobook experience with it. And I did really love this in middle school, and it just made me really want to read more Ray Bradbury, which I have read a little bit more, not a lot more. So I would like to just revisit that book and kind of remember the events in it. So those are my plans for what I want to read for the early bit of February, as well as for the challenges for the Booktube Rereadathon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe and click that little bell and all that fun stuff, and I will see you all a little bit later. Bye!